am the best space engineer's engineer that has ever lived and or existed. It's true! Now, if you're familiar with this channel, I build a lot of frigates. Yes, a lot of them. But in this one, we're gonna design a Chonk frigate for the Chonk army without replacing the already existing Barracuda. If you don't know what ship that is, check out my last video or the video before that, I think. And yeah, take a look at that ship. But my designs are the pinnacle of space engineers' creativity. And today, I am here to build it for you. So why don't I just shut the fuck up and build that for you right now. I hope you enjoy.
Oh, amazing! Look at this immaculate styled ship. Oh my gosh! This is the Chonk class frigate, most notably known for its insane firepower. This ship holds a mass driver cannon which can destroy enemies from afar, which is primarily its use. So here it is. Let's check it out. Look at it. Oh, just piece de resistance. I am actually very happy with this design. It is a very slender, simple, just kind of like cylindrical build. It's kind of reminiscent of my old style of Tundari ships. You know, it's kind of like taller than it is wider. well, it is wider, but it kind of has that height, skinny look to it. And I really do like this design, but I prefer the triangle design for most of my Chonk army, especially when it comes to like guns and armaments. But that doesn't mean this ship is ill-equipped. It has 2 artillery guns, on one on each side, and then we have 2 assault cannons on each side of the ship, right on this little wing. Now, these guns, unfortunately, I couldn't fit. I could remake it and make a welder fit so that these guns can repair, but instead I went with a small little decoy. You can see that right here. And this decoy, hopefully, if anyone comes from on like to attack the side of the ship, most of their firepower will be directed to just this point, which is still relatively close to the turrets, but hopefully they'll just hit the decoy while these 2 turrets will focus fire on the ship. And then of course the main gun of this entire ship is right here, and it is just a giant railgun. I mean, I could have added another one maybe on the bottom, like right below it, but I feel like just having one railgun is powerful enough. At least it can deal as much damage as possible, and if another ship comes into contact with it, it's got its turrets to defend it. Now, the one problem with this ship is it has no fighter complement. You didn't see it in the last ship, the Barracuda, but it's supposed to have a hangar bay on the bottom side of the ship. Unfortunately, I had to close it for the Chonk tournament because it was too much PCU. But essentially, that frigate has a fighter complement. This frigate does not. So you can see at the top right here, we have a very exposed bridge, and I know many of you probably don't like that or don't see it's practical, but to me, it does look cool. And if it was in a first-person setting, you do still have some visibility if you were to take the flight seat. But right below, we actually have the actual controls for the ship, and it's heavily armored. There's no viewing ports or anything, so it is pretty well defended. And on the bottom side of the ship, you'll notice that we have the antenna, and it's exposed. I don't normally do that with my antennas because I like to keep them like hidden. Sometimes I feel like the antennas are a little too big and they will kind of take away from the actual design of the ship, but I decided to put this on the outside because it does kind of look good just having it exposed at the bottom like that. It also has some viewing ports on the bottom, so if you were a communications officer, you could sit down here, you could relay to fighters, you could see fighters nearby asking for reinforcements or what have you. Now let's take a look at the back side of the ship. Now, you may have saw when I was building it, I actually had the Barracuda in the background, and I was referencing the engine style because I really do like this engine style, and I want to make that a staple point of most of the Chonk ships. We have these steep angled parts upwards, and then off to the side we kind of have a more 45-degree angle block here, and it gives that same aesthetic as the Chonk Barracuda. Obviously, Chonk Barracuda has a thicker engine, but this one has a slimmer, not as fast, but not as maneuverable as the other ships. And I just realized that this isn't connected. I'm gonna have to fix that. But this ship does actually have the speed to thrust to its position, hold fast, and fire away. Now, you may have noticed that I only have 4 reverse thrusts on it. It's not that great for stopping, but ideally you would fly away, spin around, and be able to look at your target and fire away. So let's take a look on the inside of the ship. So in front of us, you can see that we have an enemy basilisk ship right here, just minding its own business, not realizing what's about to happen. So we're gonna take a couple test shots just to see the damage we can do. I know you've all seen what a railgun can do, but it's always just fun to see something explode. So let's take a look. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, I think we have some good penetration. So if we get into our spectator cam, we'll take a look. We'll notice that I'm thinking that it goes all the way through. So shot into the wing, in through the hangar, and messed up most of the interior. Didn't hit any vitals, luckily but oh my goodness, it did shoot straight through the ship. So I guess I don't realize how powerful this gun is, but as you can see, just shooting the hull, we shot from one side straight through to the other. That's decent. It's pretty good. All right, now let's see if we can hit something a little more valuable. Let's hit kind of the thruster area. Let's see what damage we can do. Nice shot. But that's all I have for today. Thank you all so much for tuning in for another episode of Space Engineers. I really hope you enjoyed this, and if you want to see more, let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't checked out the Discord, go ahead, link in the description down below. Click it, join it. It's a lot of fun. Love it there. But that's all I have for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next. And as always, stay thick, stay beautiful, stay Chonk, my Chonk followers. This has been your Lord, playing Space Engineers, now signing out.